Hi, my friends, and welcome to Storytime with me, Miss April from Janae Hutton Public Library. I'm so thankful that you joined me today. Today is Reading is Fun 2. It's a second part of a theme we began last week. Today we have two songs, the same two songs we sang last week. So if you watched last week's, you might know the songs to sing along at home today, and a book that you may be able to tell the story by looking at the pictures, and I'll give you a chance to do that while you're at home, and a very nifty craft based on the book. So if you're ready, let's get started. Pictures, pictures in my book are important, take a look. My two eyes can help me read just by looking carefully. Pictures, pictures in my book are important, take a look. Yeah, you can see the pictures in your book and maybe tell the story. There are many books designed for that. There are some books that have no words in them at all and just pictures, and you tell the story by interpreting the pictures. The story I have for you today is called Ellie by Mike Wu, and this book is actually very, very good, I guess is the word. You can look at the pictures and know most of the story. The artwork is so very good at detailing what's happening in the words. So what do you think this book is about? Look at your picture. Let's see, we have an elephant, and she's holding a paintbrush, and there's all kinds of, what's all this? Paint. So maybe our book today is about an elephant who paints. Turn my camera a little so that you can see my pictures. On a bright winter day when Ellie, there she is, our elephant, was just finishing her lunch, the zookeeper came by with an announcement. "Gather round," Walt called. "I have some news." "It is a sad day," he said. "The zoo is closing." The animals were heartbroken. "There must be something we can do," Ellie whispered to her friends. "The zoo is our home." You see Ellie with her friends? "Perhaps we can spruce it up a bit," Gerard suggested. Gerard always had the good ideas. Can we figure out who Gerard is? Well, Gerard and giraffe sound pretty similar, so maybe it's him. But I think the gorilla is Gerard. Doesn't he look like he might be thinking? And it says Gerard has the best ideas. Gerard. "I'll prune the trees," Lucy said, nibbling a leaf. So this is Lucy. "If only my trunk were longer," Ellie said. She can't reach the trees to help prune them. "I'll move this rock," Gerard huffed, clearing it off the path. "If only my muscles were bigger," said Ellie. She can't lift that rock with her little trunk. "We've already cleaned here," said the monkeys. See them cleaning? "What can I do to help?" Ellie wondered. She just wants to be a part of it. It seemed like everyone had a talent. The penguins are cleaning their aquarium. everyone but Ellie. What do you see in that picture? How do you think she's feeling? Yeah, I think she's sad. Ellie thought she'd ask Walt to give her a job, but he was busy too. See what he's doing? Painting. When the monkeys called him away, Ellie picked up the strange object he'd been holding. It had smooth wood on one side and prickly hairs on the other. I think she wants to give it a try. She did. Ellie gave it a try. I know it's her because that's not a hand holding the paintbrush. It's a trunk. When Walt returned and saw her creation, he sprinted back down the path. Look what she painted. Wow. Had she ruined the wall, she wondered? What do you think? Wow. Yeah. Soon she heard a wagon with a squeaky wheel turning the corner. Maybe Walt did like her painting. Do you see what he's bringing her? There are more paints. Ellie added color here, and she put a rainbow there. And there were so many walls to color and so many colors to try. She painted her friends on the walls. And she painted the tallest ones and the smartest friends and the quietest ones. The itty bitty little mouse. Painted them all. Word spread of Ellie's talent. The mouse told the lion told the bird told a man, and a man told all kinds of people. He said, Ellie is an artist. People came from all over the city to have their portraits painted. Some even came with balloons. You see the little boy, and his balloon is up there. Ellie painted all these paintings. Others came with awards. They gave her a ribbon. Ellie even painted Mr. Mayor, but you see she painted him with a smile. He looks a little grumpy, not smiling. Soon people from around the world came to see Ellie, the remarkable painting elephant. All these people watching her paint. Yeah. Lucy hosted the crowds as they arrived at the zoo. And Gerard led tours through Ellie's art gallery, the place they hung all of her paintings. They let people come in and see them. And on a bright spring day with crowds cheering him on, the zookeeper declared, "We are open for good." Thanks to Ellie and her painting. Everybody's very happy, aren't they? See all those smiles? And that's the walls outside the zoo that Ellie painted. That's their zoo gate. Yeah, a painting elephant saved the zoo. And you could tell that picture, that book from home by just looking at the pictures. You could tell that story. All right. Want to sing a second song with me? Are you ready? Are you ready for a book? For a book. Reading is so much fun. Reading is so much fun. Take a look. Take a look. Let's try that one more time. I'll sing, you repeat. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for a book? For a book. Reading is so much fun. Reading is so much fun. Take a look. take a look. All right, now I told you that we were going to make a craft based on this book and what Ellie did in the book. And do you see her flower? We are going to try to make a similar flower, but instead of painting it, we're going to make it out of paper. Here is one I already made for you to see. Yeah, this is our flower. And what you will need today is a sheet of paper. I have a large sheet to make my flower longer and bigger. I'm gonna push my camera back. Then I have some construction paper. I have green and orange and yellow. I have scissors, a glue stick, a pencil to trace with, and then I have what I'm going to call a mold. It's a magnet that I use here at the library, but it's what I traced to make my circle. And that's actually what I'm going to do first. So I've got my orange piece of paper. You can see where I traced the old one. And I'm going to trace my circle a little bit so you can watch me work. All right. Move these other things out of the way. So I have my magnet on my orange piece of paper, and I'm just going to trace it, and then I'm done with my, well, I'm not done with my pencil. I'll need it for my leaves. I'm done with my magnet or my form. You might have a bowl lid at home, like for a little container, like a sour cream container or cottage cheese or something. You could trace that. Small can of coffee. That kind of lid would work. And now I'm cutting out my circle, my middle of my flower. All right, snip that off. I'll put these away because I don't need them anymore. So I have my circle. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my paper because I need 8 strips of paper, and I have 1 large piece of paper. So I fold it in half, and that will give me 2. I fold it again, and it will give me 4. And if I fold it 1 more time, once I cut it, I will have 8 strips of paper. I'm going to just go ahead and cut on the folds. I didn't get that very good. I'll try again because I don't want it to be all messed up. Sometimes we make mistakes. We just come back and we fix them. Yes, we do. All right, and finally, one last fold, and we can cut these. Okay, now I'm going to cut them. Right on their fold. we have 2 that are cut. We've got to cut this one again because it still had another fold in it. Alright, gives us 4. And we're going to cut these right here in the middle on our fold. And that should be all of them. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So we'll set those to the side. And now we're just going to take a strip of paper. This will be our stem for our flower. And then we're going to just freehand draw flowers. Leaves. Freehand draw 2 leaves for our stem. And actually, we're just going to draw 1. And I'll show you why in a minute. I'm going to draw what I think a leaf might look like. Do you see my leaf? I'm going to snip this off. Put my scrap over here, and then I'm going to fold it in half, because if I need 2 identical things, I can draw at one time, fold the extra paper down, cut once, and I have 2. So now I'm going to cut it. Just cut my leaves out. And look at that, I have 2 leaves. And I don't need this anymore, and I don't need my scissors anymore. Now it's time to start gluing these things on. Yeah. Now the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my petals. And I make a petal by putting a little glue on the edge and folding it down like so. I don't want to press this down. I want it to stay open. So I'm going to put glue on all of these. Just on the edge of one of them, on the edge of them. Turn this sideways for a second so I can work with my pieces. Let's count these together, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. It's so hard to see. Wish my camera wasn't so... If anybody has any ideas about how to get the lighting a little better in here, I would love to hear from you at april@janadenlibrary.org. Okay, now I'm going to put my glue stick. Do you see my purple glue stick? Yes. Purple glue stick on just every little edge of each one of these 8 strips. And that's it. Then I'm going to fold them down one by one. And I'm going to hold on to them as I do it because they tend to want to open. So, just folding them down. My hand is getting a little full over here. Yes, it is. Little glue on my paper. That's all right though. All right, now we have all of our petals here in one hand. we need to take our center and we're going to put it down. We're going to put glue all over it. I'm going to hold my petals still to make sure they stay closed. I'm going to put glue all over the center. Need a little more glue. Just color that with my glue stick. And then I'm going to put my petals on it. 1, 2, and I'm just alternating top, bottom, side, side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I have all of my petals on my flower. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the edges of those petals. Okay. Yes, I am. Then I'm going to turn it over and put it on. Just set this here so I know where to put this. Put it on my paper. About so. And press down. There we go. So I have my sunflower on my paper. Now I'm going to put the stem on it. So I'll turn the stem over, give it some glue. We are almost done with this craft, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed making it. I think it's pretty. We'll put our stem in there. And now, there's our flower with our stem. Now all we have left is our leaves. So we'll figure out how we want to put those on. I think that will do. And then we'll give them some glue as well. Just a little bit of glue for this stem, or this leaf. And a little bit for this leaf. Oh. And that's that. That is our Ellie the Painting Elephant inspired flower craft for the day. It's raining today where I am. Spring is coming soon. I hope so, because I've been so cold. So I'm looking forward to spring when things start to grow and we have a return of newness in our world. My name is Miss April, and I'm so glad you joined me for the week of February 28th, 2020 story time. I will be back in 1 week. I record these every single week for you. You can find them on our Facebook page, Janaden Hutton Public Library. You can find them on our website. Google Janaden Hutton Public Library. We are the only one in the world. You can find them at YouTube. And if you're watching this, you found it somewhere, right? And also at Facebook. On Fridays at 2 p.m., I have a new segment for, oh, I bumped it, for grown-ups, although kids at home might enjoy it too, called Foodie Friday. And it is just me making single-serving, no-bake dinners and desserts. And so I hope you'll join me for that. If you want to follow our Facebook page and find me live, or later you can watch the video if you're not available on Fridays at 2, and you can see what I'm making that week. So, my friends at home, I will see you next week in the beautiful brand new month of March. Bye-bye.